Welcome to Gourmet Cooking, a home cooking show where I invite fellow food bloggers to join me in my kitchen and make tasty, creative dishes featuring lactose-free milk and a special ingredient. Hi, I'm Christy Bernardo, personal chef and author of the food blog The Wicked Noodle. With me today is Michelle, author of The Village Cook, and together we're going to create a tasty dessert featuring lactose-free milk. So Michelle, what special ingredient have you brought for me today?
Today I brought with me guava paste.
Oh, interesting. I have never cooked with guava paste before.
Today we're going to make guava tarts.
Ooh, sounds great.
Well, to begin, we have to make the tart dough.
Okay.
To start off. And in the tart dough, we use 6 tablespoons of butter.
Can I get that for you?
Yes, that would be awesome. While you get that, I'm going to measure out a ½ cup of sugar.
All right.
And we're going to put it in a food processor. Also to this, we're going to add 2 egg yolks. So I'm going to pour these in. So I'm just going to pulse these together. And to that, we're going to add a ½ teaspoon of vanilla.
I love vanilla.
Doesn't that smell good?
Yeah.
And I'm also going to add a ½ teaspoon of almond.
Almond extract?
Yes, which I love even
I bet that'll
more.
be a great compliment to the
Yes.
guava.
I'm going to use a little pinch of salt.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to pulse that together. We're going to add a few tablespoons of ice water just to maintain the temperature of the butter. Okay, we're going to pulse that together and wait to see what happens next. I'm going to ask you to measure out 2 cups of flour for me.
All right, you got it. There you go. Okay, so that's 2 cups.
Right, and then what we're going to do is just start pulsing it, and it'll begin to form a dough. You add enough flour until it starts to pull away, and it makes a nice ball of dough. What we're going to do now is flatten this just a bit, wrap it in plastic wrap. We need to put it in the freezer about 15 minutes to give it a good chill. And with our pre-chilled dough, we're going to start to roll it out. But first, if you could please pass me the flour. We need to heavily flour the surface.
Okay.
And what we're going to do is make sure both sides are nice and coated with the flour. When I roll out dough, I try to work from the center out. It kind of keeps a more uniform shape. So as I'm cutting these out, Christy, if you would pass me a muffin tin.
Oh, sure.
Great, thank you. So you want to press them down and then bring it up to the edges.
So press them down right into the bottom.
Right.
Okay.
And
do they need to be way up to the top?
I think of it this way: the higher to the top you get them, the more filling you're going to be able to put in them. So, and then we're going to do the same thing. Repeat this process to fill up this pan. What we're going to do with the beans? This is a lazy mama trick of mine. It's blind baking.
And what's the this just holds it down so...
Yeah, when we bake these shells, we want them to hold their shape. We don't want them to puff up or, be rounded on the bottom.
Okay.
We want a nice flat surface. So this weighs them down as they bake and they hold on to their shape. Okay, so now we're going to bake these in a 375-degree preheated oven for about 10 to 12 minutes. After about 10 to 12 minutes, we're going to remove the liners with the beans and then leave them in there for about 1 or 2 more minutes just to dry them out. For the filling, we're going to need 3 egg yolks and a ½ cup of sugar.
Great, I can take care of that.
And while you're we need to whisk those together.
Okay.
And while you're taking care of that, I'm going to get started with the milk.
Perfect.
And I'm going to need vanilla and measuring cup. So what I'm going to do with the milk here is I'm going to measure out 2 2/3 cup milk along with a teaspoon of vanilla. Okay. And I'm going to heat it to just about simmering.
So I'm going to whisk in ½ cup of sugar here to the egg yolks.
You want to whisk them together and get them nice and creamy.
Okay.
Nice and
I can do that.
I'm
used to doing that.
Okay, now this milk is perfect. So what we're going to do here is called tempering.
Okay.
Ladle a small amount of hot milk.
And I will start whisking.
Yeah, and we're just going to kind of drizzle it in.
Okay.
And that way we're not going to end up with scrambled eggs. We want a nice, smooth, creamy custard.
Perfect. Perfect.
Oh, it smells
I
so
think we're
good.
tempered.
Yes, I think we are. Very good. Okay, that all incorporated.
Good. Yep.
And our second step here is we're going to pour it into another bowl. And we're gonna have a fine mesh strainer just in case. We were very careful about tempering, but just in case. So now that our filling is all ready, we're gonna fill our tart shells. What we're gonna do is ladle a bit of this custard filling into each tart shell. And you wanna try not to get any on the edges and fill it right up to the rim. What's next? We'll make some room here because we're gonna start cutting out guava.
Oh, finally!
I'm cutting them, as you can see, in like blocks. Okay. Now we could go a little thicker. Might go a little bit thicker. Carefully cut it. It's about, what would you say, about 3/4 of an inch?
Yeah, I would say about that. Yeah. So we're using the thicker part.
Yeah, we're gonna use the thicker part because what we're gonna do is cut this out into little shapes. I mean, you could just cut little diamonds, or if you don't have fancy cutters. Right. But and then we're gonna stick them within the center.
So you want me to use the heart?
Sure.
And I know that I'm gonna love these guava tarts, so that is a good thing.
Oh, just smelling this, it's all the smells. We have the almond, we have the vanilla from the pastry crust, and you know, then the guava, that like tropical flavor.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute.
Isn't that cute?
Look at that. I love that. It's actually smoother on this side. There you go.
It's like clay. And then just
so I just set it right in there.
Yeah, just drop it in the middle.
Okay, how fabulous is that? I love that. That's great.
People get tickled when they see that. How'd you get it in that shape? That's one thing that's fun about it. It maintains its shape even when you cook it. So we are ready to bake these. We're gonna bake them at 350 for about, we'll keep an eye on them. I wanna say about 12 or 15 minutes. You want that custard to set. So there they are. So I made a batch earlier because I really want you to try them while ours are baking.
Oh, great.
So here they are.
Oh my gosh, Michelle, they look beautiful.
Thank you.
Should we taste?
Yes, let's go for it.
Okay. This is so delicious. I love the guava paste.
Thank you.
The fruitiness with the creaminess of the custard. It's delicious.
Thank you.
For more episodes and recipes featuring lactose-free milk from both myself and Michelle, please visit moovision.com.